Paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia. That is paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia. Paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia. What is paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia? The paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia is the autosomal dominant disorder. This is the autosomal dominant disorder. Most patients affected with the paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia has family history. They have the positive family history in the cases of the paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia. The mutation in the PRRT2 gene, PRRT2 gene. What is PRRT2 gene? The PRRT2 gene is proline rich transmembrane protein 2. Proline rich transmembrane protein 2. The mutation in the proline rich transmembrane protein 2 occur in the cases of the paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia. Or the paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia, there is the mutation in the proline rich transmembrane protein 2 genes, that is called PRRT2 gene. But they may also secondary to other disease. They may be secondary to other disease. Example, multiple sclerosis and hyperglycemia. It means that hyperglycemia can also cause paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia, or multiple sclerosis can also cause the paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia. The paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia. The male to female ratio of the paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia is male 4:1. It means that it occurs 4 times more in male than female. The time for the paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia, or the duration for the paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia, the duration of abnormal movement lasts from minutes or seconds. They last from seconds to minutes, not in hours. They are only small duration of symptoms in the paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia. They have small symptoms. It is small duration of symptoms from seconds seconds to minutes. The age for the paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia is first to second decade of life. First to second decade of life, they mostly present. They are mostly present from the first to second decade of life. What is the symptoms of the paroxysmal dyskinesia? That is paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia. The symptom, 70% of the symptom is sensory. 70% of the symptom is sensory symptom. Sensory. What is the sensory symptoms of the paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia? The symptom is tingling or numbness. Tingling or numbness. Tingling or numbness. When tingling or numbness occur, the tingling and numbness occur when the patient moves. They induce by movement. When the patient moves, the tingling and numbness occur. They are induced by movements of the patient. They related with the movements. Example of movements. Example is when the patient is running. Or when the patient is jumping. These tingling and numbness occur. The symptom can also be induced by the unexpected sound. The symptom also be induced by the unexpected sound or photic stimulus. The photic or unexpected stimulus, there may be also the symptoms originates, that is tingling and numbness. They may attack the one side of the body, that is asymmetrical. Paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia may affect the one side of body. They may affect the one side of the body. What is the treatment for the paroxysmal kinesiogenic dyskinesia? Number first is the symptom resolve itself over time. Symptom resolve over time, because it can occur first to second decade of life. Symptoms so may resolve at the end of second decade of life. The symptom resolves over time. The treatment is the low dose anticonvulsant treatment. When there is severe symptom, we give the low dose of anticonvulsant. The low dose of anticonvulsant. Example is carbamazepine or phenytoin. Example is carbamazepine or phenytoin. phenytoin. Carbamazepine and phenytoin, we can give these are effective in 80% of the cases of the paroxysmal kinesogenic dyskinesia. Now we will discuss another type of dyskinesia that is called paroxysmal non-kinesogenic dyskinesia. Other type of dyskinesia is paroxysmal non-kinesogenic. The paroxysmal kinesogenic dyskinesia, the symptom was induced by the movements, and then the paroxysmal non-kinesogenic dyskinesia, this symptom is not induced by movements. The paroxysmal non-kinesogenic dyskinesia, there is generalized dyskinesia. There is generalized dyskinesia. There is generalized dyskinesia. Generalized dyskinesia. And the paroxysmal non-kinesogenic dyskinesia, this is induced by alcohol, caffeine, stress, and fatigue. This is induced by alcohol. When we patient take alcohol or caffeine, when patient suffering from the non-kinesogenic dyskinesia, when he or she takes alcohol, caffeine, or when she in stress, they can induce this non-kinesogenic dyskinesia. Fatigue can also induced and trigger the non-kinesogenic dyskinesia. The paroxysmal kinesogenic dyskinesia was of shorter duration, lasts for second to minutes, but the non-kinesogenic dyskinesia longer duration. Non-kinesogenic mean longer duration of symptoms. The duration lasts from minutes to hours, whereas in the paroxysmal kinesogenic dyskinesia the symptom was last from second to minutes. And other hand, the paroxysmal non-kinesogenic dyskinesia, the symptoms last from minutes to hours. But this is less frequent symptom, that is 1 to 3 episodes per day occur of the symptom in the cases of the paroxysmal non-kinesogenic dyskinesia. What is the treatment of the non-kinesogenic dyskinesia? The treatment is, if this is mild, no need of treatment, because it self resolves. If it is limited, if there is severe cases of the non-kinesogenic dyskinesia, we give tetrabenzene. We give the tetrabenzene, other neuroleptic agents, dopa blocking drugs, and other agents like propranolol, clonazepam. We can also give the clonazepam. We can also give the baclofen for the non-kinesogenic dyskinesia. The non-kinesogenic, they are no associated with the movement, so they are associated with the stress, alcohol abuse, caffeine, and fatigue. that are associated with the wrists mostly.